Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Breast milk to save the planet? At least to decrease the amount of waste product generated through bottle feeding. During the recently held National Infant and Young Child Feeding Policy Workshop, which gained assistance from the Pan-American Health Organization PAHO, officials praised the movement of breastfeeding as one which fights against heavy wastage and promotes a boosted start for infants. Marlon Clovis reports.
A mother's bosom is the first place of comfort for a newborn infant. Besides providing warmth and protection, a woman's body also provides her baby with the necessary nutrition to grow and develop. The act of breastfeeding has also been hailed as a noteworthy qualifier in the reduction of waste and pollution by PAHO Food and Nutrition Advisor for the region, Audrey Morris.
One of the important factors about breastfeeding is that it really helps in protecting the environment, because of course you don't have the cans that are left behind, or cans or plastic containers that contain the formula. You don't have to be using fuel to prepare the formula, so there's less of a strain on the environment through breastfeeding.
The conversation of breastfeeding arose out of a workshop designed to implement a new infant and young child feeding policy. Although the act of breastfeeding has been praised for its sustainability, controversy still lingers around the act of public breastfeeding. Morris says this is an issue which needs to be dealt with on an individual country basis.
That is something that the country will have to decide. I'm not certain that that is at the policy level. It is something, it's a personal preference, and the country will need to look at that, what they regard as acceptable or not.
Morris says the breastfeeding bond between a mother and child gives that child a fundamental head start. Likewise, the World Health Organization says breastfeeding for the first 6 months is crucial and has long-term benefits for children. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Marlon Clovis.
Hunger can strike anytime, any place, and for a mother on the go, ensuring her baby is well fed is crucial. With a push to increase the number of babies who are breastfed, we asked you, the public, what are your thoughts on public breastfeeding? Here's what you had to say.
Well, in my opinion, there's no big thing about it. I mean, somebody's pregnant, they get due respect as a mother. With child, and you get to the same respect and see, you know, if they have something to cover, it looks more courteous, more there and whatnot, but there's no wrong in public breastfeeding. It happens accidentally most times.
I don't have a problem with that. To breastfeed your child anywhere you feel like. If you feel like your child wants breast, you could just pull yourself in a corner where you know you sit down someplace that appropriate to feed give your child breastfeeding. So I don't see no problem with that.
I'm of the opinion that breastfeeding in public, I have no problem in breastfeeding in public, but the manner in which that it is done as a mother, sometimes you have, well, I see it around me where you have nursing mothers passing with their breasts all exposed, walking through town while that child is sucking. But breastfeeding is a moment of bonding and connecting, transferring so much positive to your child. So as a mother, if you want to breastfeed, maybe in castries, you find yourself in a place that is appropriate, comfortable, where you're not so exposed, where you relax and your child is comfortable and relaxed, where you can basically nurse your child. But I see nothing wrong in breastfeeding. It's just doing it in a place that is appropriate, comfortable, and where you're not so exposed.
When it comes to public breastfeeding, I'm for it. But to me, when you're breastfeeding the babies, you don't just have your breasts hanging out because it's not hygienic. So what you do is to sit somewhere quietly and put something over the breast and breastfeed the baby. I agree with that. I support that.
I think it's one of the most natural things in the world, so I think it should be not a problem. But I also think that mothers who want to be protected from praying eyes should have a space where they can shelter, so it should be up to everybody.
The child needs to be fed, the child needs to be fed. So I don't really have a problem where they feed the child as long as it's in an inappropriate place where you don't expose your body part too much for everybody to say, hey, look that girl there, she's exposing her breast for everybody to see. Some people take it the wrong way, some people take it as nothing. I personally, I don't see a problem if it's the lady needs to feed her child, she feeds the child, my girlfriend feeds her child, I'm the father, I'm right there. But to me, you could still cover the side of your breast at times, depending on where you are out of respect for yourself.
Security guards employed with G4S Secure Solutions St. Lucia Limited have rejected a wage offer made to them through the National Workers Union, NWU. Their bargaining representative in a letter dated July 15, 2019. This decision was taken by the security guards employed with the company at a general meeting held by the NWU for the guards over the weekend. After a detailed explanation was given relating to the progress of negotiations, it was felt that the company can do better and that the company should demonstrate a higher level of appreciation for employees who work tirelessly and continue to risk their lives during the execution of their responsibilities. The security guards have mandated the NWU to request that the company returns urgently to the bargaining table with a conciliatory offer that could bring an end to the long drawn-out industrial matter. Should the company fail to cooperate, the workers will then demonstrate their disgust. Fisherfolk in St. Lucia and Grenada are the first in the Caribbean to be covered under a unique insurance policy post the aftermath of a natural disaster. With fisherfolk usually counting their losses post the hurricane season, they sense relief is finally at hand. More in this report from Glenn Simon.
A team from the World Bank, alongside officials from the Caribbean Catastrophic Risk Insurance Facility, CRIF, were recently on island to launch the first-of-its-kind insurance policy specific to the fisheries sector. The Caribbean Oceans and Aquaculture Sustainability Facility, acronym COAST, is an insurance product geared at safeguarding the livelihood of fisherfolk in the aftermath of a natural disaster. Though earmarked for the Caribbean region, St. Lucia and Grenada will be the first to benefit under this insurance policy. CRIF's representative, Elizabeth Emmanuel, said her mission was to raise awareness of this product by promoting it to the fisheries sector on island.
We have been working on bringing this product to market. The World Bank, CRIF, the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism, and the U.S. State Department, in collaboration with the governments of St. Lucia and Grenada, have been working for something like 2.5 to 3 years to bring this product to market. I think we're very excited about it, and so too are our fishers.
Emmanuel stated that CRIF was formed as the first multi-country risk pool in the world, providing parametric insurance products for hurricanes, tropical cyclones, excess rainfall, and earthquakes. Parametric insurance differs from indemnity insurance as it provides quick liquidity within 14 days to governments post a catastrophic event. It is also calculated based on the severity of the disaster. CRIF and its products are known as ex-ante risk financing instruments.
St. Lucia has been a member of CRIF since its inception in 2007. St. Lucia has received payouts, has received 4 payouts. Many persons in the recent times would have remembered Matthew in 2016, in which St. Lucia received a payout. To date, CRIF has made 38 payouts to 13 of its 21 member governments, payouts totaling US dollars $139 million.
A 2-day training program was also organized with officials from various government departments and agencies, focusing on CRIF's models and programs while building capacity around the importance of disaster risk financing. Nadia Wells-Hyacinth is the Director of Financial Administration in the Department of Finance.
Given the nature of what we're dealing with in terms of ex-ante risk, we know we are prone to natural disasters, and being prepared for it is very important. The planning for a natural disaster in terms of ensuring that we have our resources in place, we pre-financing what we intend to actually undertake in a post-disaster scenario is what we're discussing over the next 2 days.
Senior financial sector specialist of the World Bank, Jose Angel Villalobos, noted that payouts to fisherfolk are predominantly based on comparisons in the agricultural sector. He said under the Coast Insurance Facility, the payout method will be expedited.
Innovative characteristic is that the money is going to flow from the CRIF to the Ministry of Finance and from the Ministry of Finance to the fisher people in a very short period of time.
CRIF also contributes to disaster management efforts in the region and provides technical resources to communities and individuals. Scholarships up to US $40,000 per person are also offered to 2 Caribbean nationals annually to study in the US, Canada, or the UK. 11 scholarships are also made available by CRIF to the University of the West Indies for students in areas such as disaster risk management, climate change, geography and geology, civil engineering, and ecosystems management. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. We'll be right back.